An estimated 300 people were killed in an attack on Mariupol's drama theater, which hundreds of people had been using as a bomb shelter, local officials said on Friday. It was unclear how officials had arrived at that estimate. Russian advances in the southern port city have hindered efforts to find survivors in the rubble since the building was largely destroyed in the attack, which occurred on March 16. The city, one of Ukraine's largest, has also been cut off from water, electricity and communications during the fighting, although Ukrainian officials have said that about 130 people were rescued from the theater. Ukrainian officials have attributed the damage to a Russian strike. Until the last moment, we want to believe that everyone managed to escape, the city council wrote on its Telegram channel about the building. The theater was struck even though the word, children, was written in large white letters on the ground at either end of the building. There cannot and never will be an explanation for this inhuman cruelty, the council wrote. As there never will be forgiveness for those who brought devastation, pain and suffering to our home. In the weeks since Russia began its invasion, more than 953 civilians have been killed. And at least 1,500 civilian buildings, structures and vehicles in Ukraine have been damaged or destroyed. The Times analyzed wide-ranging evidence to assess the toll. Denis Karachetsev has played his cello in some of the most prestigious concert halls of the world. Now he is playing in the ruins of his Ukrainian hometown, Kharkiv. Since the war broke out, the city of Peshimishal has turned into a massive aid machine, with restaurants feeding refugees and local newspapers raising money for children. Fed up with the false narratives about the war being spread by their companies, at least 4 employees for Russia's state television have publicly resigned. The Times's visual investigations team analyzed dozens of battlefield radio transmissions between Russian forces during an initial invasion of the town of Makariv, revealing logistical problems and communication failures. In a sign of growing fissures within the Russian leadership, President Vladimir V Putin's climate envoy, Anatoly Chubais, was reported to have to quit over the war in Ukraine. The U.S. government has formally concluded that Russian forces have committed war crimes in Ukraine. But proving responsibility in a forum like the International Criminal Court could be difficult. The White House has assembled a team of national security officials to sketch out scenarios of how the United States and its allies should respond if Russia unleashes his stockpiles of chemical, biological or nuclear weapons. The Times has deployed dozens of journalists to report on the ground in Ukraine, to cut through the fog of misinformation. Our team of visual journalists analyzes satellite images, photographs and videos to independently confirm troop movements and other details. We monitor and authenticate reports on social media, corroborating these with eyewitness accounts and interviews. Read more about our reporting efforts. Avoiding misinformation. Here are warning signs to look for before you retweet information about the war. Background. Understand the causes of the conflict and the history of the relationship between the two countries. Potential impact. The fate of Ukraine could have enormous implications for the world. Learn more about what's at stake and how the energy sector is already affected by the war. Outside pressures. Governments and businesses are taking steps to punish Russia. Here are some of the sanctions adopted so far and a list of companies pulling out of the country. Stay updated. To receive the latest updates on the war in your inbox, sign up here. The Times has also launched a Telegram channel to make its journalism more accessible around the world.